All right, Shalom Akim, start the lesson. We're going to give our praise and our glory to Yahweh Bashim, Shai Bashim, Kadash. We ever want to start pauses and other great notion that taught us the truth. It's a blessing to sincere Akim, this blessing is true. In our true sincerity, or focus of our to us, Shalom. This brother Ariak, the great most of man camp. Come back to the spirit power of Yahweh Bashim, Shai to make a lesson. Okay, in this lesson, I'll be going to how it's not all doom and gloom, brothers. Okay, it's not all negative things. Okay, we are to think about the positive things, man. We are to show, the elect that it's not all destruction. Yes, the destruction is coming. That's part of the thing. That's part of, as part of the prophecies. Okay, but that's not what it's all about, man. Okay, the Lord has beautiful things coming for His men. Okay, the Lord has wonderful things coming for His men. Those that that do the work of Him. All right, those that continue to push His truth. Okay. And this lesson I'm going to how this is this is gonna be this is gonna be a lesson of exhortation to the body, you know, because on my spirit, I was thinking about this lesson, because Captain Lawyer was telling us to be more exhortant to the spirit, talking about the works of Yahweh Shai and all these things. And part of that too is Yahweh Shai coming to give many crowns. Okay, Yahweh Shai is coming back to, yes, destroy, but ultimately he's coming back to heal. All right. He's coming back to, redeem the elect from this, wicked place and bless his men with the kingdom. Okay, these are all positive things. Part of receiving the kingdom is part of having everlasting life. Okay, with everlasting life comes with no sinning. Scripture speaking about putting the laws in the inward parts, and I got it right here. It's Jeremiah 31, verse 33, and it says, "But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel." Right, man. This is talking about the new covenant. Okay, this is the new covenant that the Lord is going to put in the house of Israel. Okay, after those days, saith the Lord, I'll put my law in their inward parts and write it in their heart. Heart going into your mind, which is your lab, in Hebrew. I'll be their power, and they shall be my people. Okay, so the laws and the statutes and commands are will be written on our inward parts. It's going to be automatically programmed in our minds and in our bodies. Okay, so there's going to be no more sin and no more death. Scripture talking about, oh, death, where's that sting? Okay, so there ain't gonna be no more, there ain't gonna be no more going off in the kingdom if you're an Israelite. Okay, and these are the the positive things that comes with this knowledge and this truth and this understanding that we are not gonna sin anymore. Okay, we are going to be able to enjoy the earth. Okay, and that is a beautiful thing, man. Being able to you know enjoy our kids, enjoy our families. All right, these are all positive things that we should be thinking about, and we should be working towards, man. Having your have your mind fixated on the good things and not only the negative, man. Because ultimately, it's a balance. The world, the Lord works off of balance, man. Yes, people going to have to die. Yes, it's gonna be famine. Yes, it's going to be a lot of destruction. But these things are needed. After war, there's always peace. All right, after some type of war, there is always to be some peace, man. All right, and they you see that in the movies. After after World War I, after World War II, there's always some type of everybody coming back home, and now it's peaceful. All right. But with this society, it's after World War II, after World War I, World War II, and after World War II, some World War III. But World War III is the last world war, man. Okay, Yahushua coming back to take the devil out of power, okay, and establish His kingdom. All right, and with Him establishing His kingdom, that 144, that governing body is going to be governing, man. All right. These are all positive things. These are stuff that we should be looking forward, thinking about, meditating on, man. Okay, the good things, being able to eat real food without the air being polluted or the food being polluted. Wondering, what wicked shit Esau doing, against the man of the Lord. All right, we don't be thinking too much at what, where our kids go, if they're safe. No, man, everything's gonna be good, for the men of the Lord and for our Israel. Okay, yes, 2/3 are gonna have to die on this side, but they're gonna come back in the, you know, you know, they'll come back in the, come back in the kingdom better, man. They're not gonna come back being a nigga. No, man, they're gonna love touch you in the human parts. Yes, they're gonna feel a certain type of way because they're going to remember what they did in America, but you know that's gonna never happen again. All right, it's not all doom and gloom, brothers. Okay, there is a way out for the men of the Lord, man. There was a positive outcome for believing in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Right now, on the outside looking in, people think of this thing as something negative. Okay, thinking that we just out here just talking from the voices of our mouth and then nothing's gonna happen. No, man. We understand that there's a reward coming. Part of that reward is living forever, being with Yahweh Shai, being with Yahweh. Seeing your brothers that went through the same thing you was going through, right next to you. All right, in the kingdom, judging, mighty men. Okay, this is a wonderful thing that we should be looking forward, man. That should be why you're fighting for. Brother, ask you what you fighting for, man. I'm fighting for the kingdom, man. I want peace. This shit's wicked. And within that peace comes many other things, man. Spiritual power, our women in order. Because right now, the women of Israel are not in order, man. Okay, right now they prideful because Esau done gave them everything that they wanted. All right, they don't respect the men. All that's going to become a soon reversal. All that's going to change. And it says, 1 Corinthians 2 and verse 9, and it says, but it says written, eye has not seen nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man things which the most have prepared for them that love him. Right, man. So you can imagine what the Lord has prepared for you, but you don't really know, man. The Lord's gonna oversee our imaginations. His ways are higher than our ways. You may think, oh yeah, Lord gonna do this, Lord gonna do that, and then Lord gonna overdo that, man. You gonna think, yeah, man, Lord gonna give us this, that, and the third. Man, Lord said He gonna give you a hundredfold for forsaking, what you forsook on this side. We don't know what a hundredfold may look like. Okay, but Lord said, I'm gonna outdo it. Okay, because Yah succeeded. You men succeeded. So I'm gonna, so I'm gonna bless you, man. Revelation 21 and verse 4, and it says, Musa shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death. Right, man, no more dying. You know, the Israelites not gonna be dying in the kingdom. You know, you're gonna be living forever. You ain't gonna sin. The only reason why people die because they sin, man. 'Cause guess what? Sin is a transgression of the law. And if you transgress the law, then it's death unto you. Or whatever punishment the Lord has for you. It says, nor sorrow, neither sorrow, nor crying. There shall be any there shall be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. I mean the former things are passed away. The former ways and the former, sins and all things are passed away. There's no more. Now we in the kingdom, now we are rejoicing, truly rejoicing. Now you have peace. Now we can enjoy the birds chirping, breathing in real air, eating real food, drinking real water, enjoying actually good wine. We get how shy. All beneficial things that are coming, man. It's not all doom and gloom, brothers. Okay? There are some beautiful things happening that's going to happen for the men of the Lord. All right? So, no one is satisfied with that. I do want to give our praise and our glory to you. How about Shimi al Shai, the one that's our false, has no one that touches truth. He's a blessing to the